Hey guys, it is our new moon in Gemini. Remember, collective readings are not going to resonate with everybody. If this resonates with you, great. I would love feedback if you want to give me some feedback. If it doesn't resonate with you, don't try to force it to resonate. Also remember, if you want to know how this new moon is going to affect you the most, you can look at your natal chart and see what placements you have in Gemini, whether it's planets or even like medium coli or north node, south node, Chiron, Lilith, any of that. And also look at what houses those placements are in. I'm not asking for any certain number of cards, just whatever this collective is being called to hear in this moment for this new moon today. Also remember, if you don't want to sit here and watch me shuffle this whole time, you're welcome to fast forward to when I actually start doing the reading. buddy? I swear I heard a car. It's a car. Maybe not. No. We only have one reverse card for this reading. We did get 9 cards total. The first card that we got is the Emperor card, and it's upright, and the Emperor card just represents spiritual authority and authority in general, and leadership, and having like those traits in yourself. It also is a major arcana card, so it also represents that whatever you're going through right now in life, whatever changes you're making, whatever changes you're putting the effort in to make, they have a lot to do with authority, leadership, setting an example, being someone who could be looked up to, who people could come to for like advice or guidance. It can also represent like, it has a lot of fatherly energy, so you could be a father, or you could just have children in general. You could just be a parent in general, and you're like, this time in your life right now, you're trying to become more authoritative and have more healthy authority and leadership in your family, like in your home life, and also just who you are in general in life, to try to set a better example for everyone around you, whether it's children or just people in general that you interact with. The next card we have is 9 of Swords, and it is upright as well. This one represents depression and overwhelming difficulties that lead to despair. It represents deep suffering, loneliness, anxiety, stress, and heartache. There's a sense of hopelessness that comes with this card, which leads to sleepless nights, feeling sorry for yourself, and being sick with worry. It also, it just represents despair, anxiety, worry, guilt, anguish, and hopelessness. So even with whatever you're going through and the changes that you are making right now, you are battling some depression and anxiety. You're really battling mental battles. You're having a lot of stuff coming up mentally. It may be a lot of like repressed emotions that are coming up. It could be a lot of things that are coming up that are being brought to your attention because they need to be healed, and you need to do the work to heal them. So whatever you are feeling right now, you're meant to be feeling it. You might just be feeling a lot of like pain and discomfort and not understanding like why you're feeling what you're feeling, or if you're meant to be feeling it. You may also be battling a little bit of trying to escape those feelings, whether it be with vices or materialism or other manners of escapism. Just try your best not to escape them. Try your best to sit with them. Try your best to really feel them for what they are, and try to find the lessons that can be learned in those feelings, whatever they may be at this time for you. The next card that we have is the Ace of Pentacles. It is upright as well. This one represents the beginning of material gain and successful ventures. With you making these changes that you're making and the feelings that you're feeling as well, you're also coming into a time is solely your accountability to take accountability for yourself and make the changes that need to be made in your life and just in yourself in general as a human being. And with you doing the work that you're doing, you're going to have like a lot of success and material gain. Like you're just going to have a lot of success financially and in your career maybe, or just in everything that you do in the future. Aces are very favorable of hope and new beginnings. So the changes that you're making and you're going through right now, they're gonna pay off. Like you're gonna get rewards from it. And then we have the Five of Wands. And the Five of Wands represents an internal or external conflict, creating problems where there are none. This represents that there is energy of tension present within you or in your life, as well as a discernible sense of mystery. It may point to inner conflict, a struggle in trying to attain success, or creating problems where there are none. The impulse to do so is usually embedded deep in the unconscious due to an unresolved issue. Seeking resolution, the struggle is perpetuated until it is brought into the conscious awareness for healing. It can represent disagreement, competition, hassles, and conflict. So with this card, you could have conflicts with people outside of you. You could be creating issues with people outside of you where there are not issues to begin with. Or this could simply just represent you battling yourself. Especially with like the Nine of Swords, the depression, the anxiety, and like all these feelings coming up. You're in a conflict with yourself. Like, it could just be, you may be seeing things that you haven't healed, seeing things that you've suppressed over time, seeing things that you've ran away from, that you've tried to numb yourself from, you've tried to avoid, you've tried to not feel and stuff, and they're now like coming up to be felt, and you may be feeling almost as like you're being attacked, or there's an attack going on, even from yourself, but that's not what it is. It's really just like your soul coming up and wanting true healing and attention that it deserves, that it never got in the past. So everything that never got the attention, everything that wasn't healed but was instead suppressed and repressed, it's now challenging you. It's coming up and it's like, hey, like, yeah, you've seen me before, you suppressed me or repressed me and thought I'd go away forever, but joke's on you, I'm back because you have to feel me and heal me. And it's like causing like this conflict in yourself maybe. You may be struggling with who you've been in the past and who you want to be now, who you want to be in the future. Just try your best to stay grounded. Try your best to do some meditation. And try your best to not create more problems. Even if you have these feelings that are uncomfortable and you don't know really how to feel them, or you've never really been comfortable with feeling them, don't be afraid of them. There's no reason to be afraid of them. You should just try to really pay attention to them. Feel what you're feeling. Journal. Like, feel what comes up. Let whatever comes up come up and feel it. And try to just understand it to the best of your ability, even though some of it's not going to be understood right away. It could take some time. Just don't be your own worst enemy. And don't take the feelings that you're feeling and project them onto other people. If you need to, take a step back. Take some isolation time. Like, feel what you need to feel in your own time until you're better. The next card we have is the Seven of Cups. It's upright as well. This represents there are many options available, and you should choose wisely. It emphasizes the power of the imagination and the abundance of choice that resides there. It's the card of daydreams and illusions. Like the masks that make up our persona, we can choose the face we wish to present to the world and the eyes we use to perceive it. Oftentimes we find ourselves attached to our well-worn perspectives and become locked into that thinking that no alternatives are available. It illustrates the importance of daydreams and wishful thinking and suggests that the time is right to settle on which of those fantasies you would like to turn into reality. Do not become so bogged down with the myriad of choices available that you refuse to take a stand or commit to a position. It represents wishful thinking, options, perspective, and identity. Also, a reminder with this card is that indecisiveness is a decision in itself. Please keep that in mind. With this card, you could be battling with yourself, especially with like the depression and the anxiety and you're going through this time of trying to be like more of an example with authority and leadership, like you want to be a healthy example to those around you, especially if you have children in your lives, whether they're your own children or just children around you through family or friends. You want to be a better example, and that's great. Um, but with that, also with these feelings that are coming up, like inside you, the conflict you're having with yourself, you need to understand that it's healthy to have conflict with yourself. It's healthy to not know how to handle certain things right away. And with that, it's also like helping you become authoritative and become a healthy leader and a healthy figure to people to look up to by how they see you handle this. So if you need to take a break from people to take care of your own and what you're feeling and do it in your own time in private where you can take care of yourself how you need to, do so. And with the Seven of Cups, you're struggling with who you want to be moving forward. Like you're like, okay, this is who I've been in the past. It served me how it served me, but it's no longer serving me. Instead, it's hindering me. And then I have who I've been trying to be in the present, but you're kind of struggling with who you are. You're struggling with who you want to be, who you want to be seen as. You also may be considering a lot of ways that you can move forward in life. You may have a lot of options of how to move forward. And all these options could be successful if you commit to them, be consistent with them, and put the effort in. But the thing is, you have to be the one to choose what life do you want to live? Like, what do you want to manifest for you and yours in your life? It's your life. It's nobody else's. No one has authority over your life. No one gets to control what you do or why you do it. You may need to just take some time to yourself to meditate on these options and really ask yourself what you want. What do you want to manifest for yourself? What kind of energy do you want to embody? What do you stand for? What morals and beliefs do you stand for? Stuff like that. Like really consider those. You have a lot of options, but indecisiveness is a decision in itself, and you stay stuck if you don't decide something. So keep that in mind as well. We also have the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups represents a sensitive soul imparting messages from the heart. The Page of Cups is indicative of receiving a sensitive message. This message could come from your subconscious or like your intuition in itself. It could just be a message coming up that you're just suddenly kind of feeling like you're getting. It can also represent gentle and quiet disposition, sensitive, dreamy, emotional message, and encouragement. So the Page of Cups usually represents like it's a message coming up to you like, okay, you're going through what you're going through, but it's kind of like a very sensitive and gentle reassurance where it's like, hey, this may be a rough time, this may be new territory that you're wading through, that you're trying to learn and understand and work through, but that's part of your path on the earth, like as a human being. So it's kind of like giving you encouragement. It's saying like, hey, this is tough, but this is part of life. Like life is always going to have tough obstacles that you have to work through for yourself. And it's kind of like a message of encouragement and saying that like your emotions matter, they are valid, you need to feel them, you need to accept them, and you need to release them in a healthy manner, and you need to just honor them for what they are and what they're trying to teach you, the lessons they're bringing to you. And that could be in regards to the depression and the anxiety and all these like rough feelings that you're feeling. There's a reason you're feeling them. They're coming up, they've been repressed, they need to be felt so they can have somewhere else to live outside of your body so you can become more healthy and move forward in a healthy manner. The next card we have is the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups represents the arrival of love. This could represent, of course, romantic. It can also represent just love in general from people around you who genuinely care for you and want to support you. But mainly it is representative of love, romance, imagination, and sensitivity. You could have love coming into you. There could be somebody that you've connected with, or somebody that for some reason you're being called to try and connect with. Something like that. Either way, you have some love coming to you in the near future. Just remember not to attach to it. Remember not to be like, oh, it has to come to me now. And don't like every single person you interact with. Don't be like, oh, this is who it is. This is who it is. No. You have to release expectations, and it will come to you how it's meant to come to you. And let it happen naturally how it's meant to. And you will know if it's meant for you or not. You will know. The next card that we have is the Five of Cups, but it's in reverse. This is the only card that we have in reverse for this reading. So it's in reverse. Upright, it represents despite this disappointing loss, opportunity remains. But in reverse, it which you may have been feeling recently or in the past. You may have been feeling a lot of like disappointment, grief, or like mourning things that could have to do with things you've done yourself or people around you. But with the reverse, it represents forgiveness, moving on, healing, and compassion. And that's great because it means that like now you're in a place right now in your life where you're coming to terms with who you've been in the past, who others have been in the past towards you, what you've been through with them, stuff like that. And you're in a place of forgiveness and healing and moving forward. You're learning that you don't benefit from holding on or holding grudges or um, holding on to pain that may have not necessarily been intentional, or maybe like it was like mutual like hurt towards each other, where there were people where like you did things to them, they did things to you, etc. So just know that like now like you're in a time where you want forgiveness, you want to heal, you want to release the old programming, you want to release that pain, you want to release the people who have done you wrong, and you want to release the people that you've done wrong, and you want to release that version of yourself, and also allow those people to do the same as well. The final card that we have is the Moon card, which is another major arcana card. And this card represents being in the middle of a dark night of the soul. This is usually representative of a spiritual awakening that you're going through. You need to trust in your dreams and intuition rather than your logical mind to be your guide through this time. It represents creativity, mystery, depression, madness, escapism, and imagination. So you're kind of just going through soul awakening, and it is a lot, and it does have a lot to do with like the depression and anxiety and everything that you're feeling as well. When the moon card appears, it points to much happening beneath the surface. It heralds a time of subtle changes and influences, uncertain circumstances, perhaps an emotional or mental trial. This could be a time in one's life where the darkest point is just before the dawn. Sensitivity and empathy run at an all-time high. It's a dreamlike period of time which could easily transgress into a nightmare if one is not vigilant in how they manage their feelings. It could also point to being deceived or lied to by someone close, and the confusion that arises as a result of that. For some, this may be just the opportunity needed in order to plumb to greater depths of the self and of grand mystery. For others, it may be an eerie time of uncertainty and fear of what resides in the dark. In order to make the most of this moment, use the deep stirrings of the moon to move purposefully, and perhaps in the process produce magical, beautiful, and compelling works of art, poetry, or music. Find something to pour the powerful mystical currents into, for the depths of this card are not meant to be contained. Like a tide of immense feeling, they are intended to flow. That also represents a lot like feelings. You're going to have a lot of feelings coming up through this time. Make sure you're not suppressing them. Journal, journal, journal. Create things. Create art. Journal those feelings that you're feeling into something so they can have somewhere else to live. But through the art of creating, you're also accepting the feelings and feeling them while you're releasing them in a healthy manner. So it's actually a beautiful thing. It can represent being deceived and lied to. You do need to be wary of those around you, especially people from your past who don't want to see you grow, or who don't want to see you grow unless they get to benefit from it. So keep that in mind. Yes, baby? Yes.
The big egg, the big blue egg with brown in it, this was he cracked open, and this was it was a sonic bird.
A sonic what? A bird?
Yeah.
Inside the egg?
Yeah,
That's super cool. That's super cool,
I
dude.
want to eat the crack.
You want an egg to
I
crack?
want to be a bird.
You want to be a bird? I want to be a bird too.
I want to be Sonny like a bird.
Well, maybe you could put some stuff like that on your birthday wish list.
Yes.
Love you. But yeah, so just that's it for this reading. We didn't have a lot of cards for this reading. This one was just very straightforward and subtle. But just know that you are worthy. You have a lot of love coming to you, whether it's mainly going to be romantic, but there's also going to be some other support coming to you. Don't shut off from that. Understand that you are worthy. You deserve everything that you desire in life, and so does anyone else on this planet. Try to stay grounded, and again, if you need to take a break from people, don't hesitate to take a break from people. You don't owe anyone anything, and no one owes you anything. And you may have like certain responsibilities due to like your career, profession, or something. Of course, like make sure you're being consistent and showing up for those do it. And don't overextend yourself for people who just drain you or just want to drain you of your energy for their own benefits. When that's your energy, like you're in control of your life. You have authority over your life, nobody else. And the work that you are doing, it's going to pay off so much, I promise you. Remember, if you find yourself needing a private reading, you can message me privately on Facebook or Instagram, and I can do a private reading if you absolutely need one. I have tarot and oracle, and I have right under 400 spreads, so just let me know. I wish you all the best. I hope this finds whoever it's